The stars had always been silent. For thousands of years, humanity stared into the night sky and wondered if someone else was watching. That question was finally answered in the year 2147, when a massive vessel appeared above Mars. It came without warning. The ship was vast, like a floating city of black metal that seemed alive, its surface shifting like liquid shadows. No signal, no message of peace or war, just a presence that suffocated the Martian colonies with dread. The Terran defense fleet approached, 300 ships bristling with weapons. But what followed was not a battle, it was an execution. The alien weapons bent reality itself. Human warships collapsed inward as if crushed by unseen fists. Missiles vanished before they detonated. Soldiers died in silence, their thoughts burned out of existence. Within 3 hours, humanity's proud fleet was reduced to wreckage, and the survivors realized this was no misunderstanding. These beings had come to harvest. One survivor, Lieutenant Commander Mara Vey, returned to Earth scarred but defiant. She had seen the enemy up close. Their ships were not indestructible. She had witnessed one destroyed by stray debris before vanishing in flames. To her, that sliver of hope meant one thing. They could bleed. Humanity could fight back. The invaders, called the Ashari, did not come for land or minerals. They came for something stranger, darker. Scientists soon discovered the truth. The Ashari were feeding on neural energy, the very patterns of human thought and creativity. Humanity's imagination, its unpredictable spark, was the fuel they craved. Billions of minds would be drained, leaving only husks. Earth was not just a target, it was a feast. Humanity fractured under the terror. Some leaders urged surrender, believing survival lay in obedience. Others, like Mara, chose resistance. She became the reluctant leader of a scattered alliance. Elias Kor, a brilliant but obsessive scientist, Juno Ree, a smuggler-turned-pilot with unmatched reflexes, and Admiral Chen, a decorated commander who supplied them with stolen warships. Together, they formed the resistance, fighting in the shadows, striking when they could. In 2150, Elias unlocked fragments of alien code from captured wreckage. He discovered the Ashari were not gods. They had fought countless wars, enslaving dozens of civilizations. Yet humanity was different. Unlike other species, humans resisted their psychic control. The chaos of the human mind, unpredictable and stubborn, was something they could not fully consume. Elias designed weapons to exploit this weakness, disruptors that tore through the living fabric of their ships. For the first time, human victories were possible, but betrayal came from within. Admiral Chen revealed his true allegiance. He had been communicating with the Ashari, convinced that surrender was the only path to survival. He sold the Resistance's plans in exchange for a promise of safety. The ambush that followed nearly destroyed them, killing thousands. Chen vanished into the void, and Mara swore vengeance. By 2015-40, the war reached Earth itself. The Ashari fleet descended, blotting out the skies with their colossal vessels. Cities burned, oceans boiled. The last human armada, a handful of ships armed with Elias's prototypes, gathered for a desperate stand. Mara commanded the Horizon's End, the Resistance flagship. Elias revealed one final discovery. The Ashari fleet was controlled by a single quantum core, buried deep within their flagship. Destroy it, and their entire hive would collapse. The battle was apocalyptic. Human ships fell by the dozen. Juno piloted through impossible fire, weaving through alien beams of light that tore space itself apart. Elias, aboard the Horizon's End, fought a psychic duel against the Ashari mind network, his own consciousness burning as he held them back. Mara led a strike team through the alien flagship's writhing corridors, fighting creatures of living metal and shadow until they reached the core. At the heart of the ship pulsed a sphere of impossible energy. Mara knew what had to be done. Humanity's last superweapon, a singularity warhead, was armed in her hands. She thought of Earth, of Elias's sacrifice, of the billions who had already died. Then she drove the warhead into the core. The detonation was silent. Light folded inward, the stars flickered, and the Ashari fleet went still. Their ships, once alive with dark energy, became lifeless husks. One by one, they fell into Earth's oceans and deserts, raining ruin, but no longer breathing death. The hive was broken. Humanity had survived. But survival was not victory. Earth was scarred beyond recognition. Billions were gone. Cities lay in ruins. The resistance, once a scattered band, had become the last government by default. Mara stood in the shattered United Earth Council chambers, looking out at the survivors gathering below. Humanity had united not by choice, but by necessity. She spoke quietly, not to a crowd, but to herself. We were prey, but no longer. If they came for our minds, they learned too late what humanity truly is. We are not fuel, we are fire. Above her, the stars glittered in silence once again, but now that silence meant something different. Humanity had looked into the void and survived. And though the Ashari hive was broken, Mara knew the truth. Somewhere in the galaxy, others would come. The war was only beginning, and this time, humanity would be ready.